Marco. Hey, Angus. Hey, Travel Escapes. How are you? Please tap a like button if you're just coming in. Little spoiler alert, I'm not having surgery tomorrow. I was supposed to have surgery on Monday, so I had the wrong day, which is really unfortunate because now I got to wait 4 months. How you doing, Callie Mo? Hey, Naomi. So it's then I got a plumbing leak. I can't even turn a wrench. So luckily my friend's coming over about 6:30 to help with that. Yeah, it really sucks. That's how stupid I am. Too much shit going on. I thought it was the 22nd. That's a major bummer. That means I have to use this bum hand all through that church move and everything like that. So might as well just cut it off by fall. Yeah, too many. But that's the way it is. First appointment I think I ever missed in my life. Of course, you can't get a hold of the office because the switchboard, you have to wait hours to get through. So I'm in a mood today, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's like the first appointment I've ever missed or ever been late to in my life. So now I probably won't get this done till September or October. Maybe August, I don't know. It's like the very last appointment you want to miss on planet Earth is with an orthopedic surgeon. These guys are booked out months and months and months ahead of time. Months and months and months. Yeah, I'm talking about my hand. I totally missed the appointment on Monday. It was supposed to be Monday. I thought it was the 22nd. It was the 20th. I just noticed. Of course, trying to call the office, you can't get through to anybody. You have to go through like one operator in Bangladesh or something. So I have another allergy appointment on Friday. So I'll just walk over to the office and just talk to them then. Throw myself on their mercy. It just throws off all of my schedule. Along with it, my friend's coming over to help with the I have a leak in the sink. I can't turn the wrench down there to take care of it. See, he's going to come over and give me a hand. I don't know if they'll charge a fee or not. I'm not particularly worried about that. I'm just having to wait at least 3 more months. I don't really care about the fee. Yeah, I'm sorry too, because people sent me stuff. They sent me bandages, they sent me creams, they sent me Tylenol. Not that it's going to go bad, but it's difficult mentally because you're all prepared, you're all fired up, you got everything all in order, and then you got to tell people how stupid you are. I'm sure I'm not the first person that's ever missed it. Probably not the last. Maybe there's a message. Maybe I just don't get it done. Well, they probably did call me. I don't know, or message me. It's my fault. It's 2025. I have a calendar on my phone. I just always assumed it was the 22nd. And I went to look at what time and everything, and it says, oh, your appointment was, reminder, it was like your appointment's on the 20th. Well, I mean, not stupid in a sense, but just it throws everything off this summer. It's not like you can go in Friday. Okay, come on in Friday. We'll take care of it. This is such a backed up operation. Hey, Aquarius. So then I got that leak to contend with tonight. So I sent some pictures to my friend. He said, I'll take care of it for you. So he's going to come by about 6:30 or so. That'll be something fun. I can't get down there and turn 2 wrenches to tighten something. I don't have the physical ability to do it. Hello, Victor. So we'll have to make sure that we stay positive and get a lot of other things accomplished. Yeah, I had a lot, I don't know, I've had a lot on me lately, you know, I'm always getting call outs for the church, it's busted down and this and that. Which is fine, I'm happy to do that. How you doing, Happy Face? So it'll happen, but it's probably not going to happen till fall. I can't have anything come up before. There's no way I'd get in June, July anyway, so that's fine. I have too much work to do in Las Vegas to. And if the hand nerves get damaged, they get damaged. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. All right, let's get comfortable. Thank you, Gail. And thank you to the people that sent all this stuff. It's not going to be wasted. I'm just going to put it aside until fall. Tomorrow would have been your dad's 68th birthday. There you go. Let's back up, back up, back up, back up. Don't block the sidewalk. Let's see. That's pretty much it. Okay. All right, let's relax and try to get ourselves into a good place. We got Memorial Day weekend coming up, so that's good. Right, I always feel it. I would feel embarrassed to call a doctor's office. Oh, you know, I'm just like totally blew off the appointment on Monday, and yeah, let's reschedule it. Yeah, I'm chilling now. I mean, what can I do? So I'm going to turn my attention to other things for the remainder of May and June. It's good to get this leak taken care of underneath the kitchen sink. I just tried to get down there today. I can't physically handle the wrench down there. The big wrenches. So my friend's coming over tonight. He'll be there at 6:30, something like that. He said he would take care of it. Yeah, for those of you just tuning in, my surgery appointment was Monday, and I thought it's tomorrow, and I haven't been able to get a hold of the office to, everything always routes through, Malaysia or something, and then it's, your estimated wait time is 6 hours and 22 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm having a great day. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you, Gail. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gail. Happy birthday to you. So that's the news on that. So I'm not even going to try to call them tomorrow. I'm just going to go by the orthopedic window on Friday when I go in to get my next allergy shot, and I will throw myself on the mercy of the department. Yeah, Norm Peterson died. That's right. George went. I was hoping to hear you be. Well, happy birthday to you, Gail. So I feel better now. I mean, I haven't told you guys and get it off my chest a little bit, but Yeah, just a lot of stuff's been going on with the cats and in and out of appointments and shit. But it's no excuse. Because this appointment was scheduled in, months ago. Months ago. Yeah, you guess George went. That's it. You got to put a D in there. How you doing, Fluffy Chatty? What's going on? So the good news is I'll be able to go to the baseball game on Tuesday without a lot of hassles and things and some allergies or hairs falling out. So it'll be comfortable, and also for the games in the game in July 5th. So that's the good news. So maybe getting it taken care of in fall will be a better thing. Yeah, it's okay, Chatty. Just telling people I missed my appointment. I totally forgot my surgical appointment was Monday. I thought it was tomorrow. I thought it was the 22nd. It was the 20th. So then, you always feel like a dick when you go in. There's a doctor. Oh yeah, glad you could make it in. Well, I don't know why they wouldn't reschedule me. I might have to kiss some behinds and stuff, but I don't know why they wouldn't reschedule me. Hey, I mean, what are you going to do? You just tell them I made a mistake for the first time in my life. I missed an appointment. I've never been late for an appointment, but I missed an appointment. So I need to reschedule it. Yeah, I don't know if they did or not. I don't think you get the call, but even then, I'm not gonna say anything. It's on me. It's on me. I mean, they've been nice. He did a great job on the. It's been a very difficult recovery. You know, just as they said in the great movie Animal House, face it, Flounder, you fucked up. You let us use your brother's Lincoln Continental, right? Yeah, we're only human, so it just kind of puts a little yellow marker on your, like a little warning label on your chart. How you doing, Spirit in the Sky? It puts like that little label of undependable. And we have a new baby kitten. Rosie brought some kitten in. I think it's only one. This morning, I went to the emergency room once. I said, I have a broken ankle too. Yeah, Lizzie, yeah, face it, Flounder, you effed up. My best advice, drink heavily. Here's the fifth of Jack Daniels. Right? My best advice, drink heavily. Here you go. What a great movie, Animal House. Yeah, this cat just brought in a little, took it into the shine. So we had to get Simba up to get the anti-inflammatory and the gabapentin this morning. And here comes Rosie, just drops a kitten, a little baby right there. Black with white, I don't know, it looks like another junior baby sock. So I guess Rosie got wrapped up with one of those black cats. No, I'm not Teddy because I have somebody coming to help me with a plumbing problem that I'm unable to do at the current time. So I'm just on standby. About 6 o'clock, I will head back to the Rancho and just continue to live stream on the driveway until such time as my friend shows up. They filmed Animal House near where I grew up in Oregon. It's a great movie, Victor. No, there was no rush to go anywhere. Just one. The cat looks skinny. It might have just had one. I don't know. Yeah, but just one kitten. So it's like, it's hissing at me. It's like I need you hissing at me today, right? Rosie always looks good, baby. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you, honey. I'm a thumbnail's delight. Can you imagine when you miss a surgical appointment? It's like you missed your brain surgery appointment. I have no idea, Kelly. I don't want to hear a joke, man. No. I don't even, uh, I don't even follow baseball until after the All-Star break. Everything else is just a sideshow up till then. Yeah, they don't know what to say when you say, no, I don't want to hear the joke. Yeah. Who were they playing? Have you recovered? Yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough. They're going to have to get their shit together. But it's a long season. Have you recovered from the trauma of? Yeah, I'll have a couple of drinks in jail, but I got to take care of this. I got this plumbing problem, and I want to try to help my friend who's kind enough to come over. Oh, Milwaukee, that's a tough team to beat. The Supreme song Aquarius is old but good. Hey, doctor, how you doing? Doctor, I'm embarrassed to say my surgery appointment was Monday, and I thought it was tomorrow. So no surgery for you. So I have to reschedule. The most painful part is going to be the waiting. Boy, it sure happened to me. Then you try to call the office, you can never get directly into the office. Oh, you reached the main medical center, dial 1 for this, dial 4 for me to bite your hiney, dial 5 to talk to the operator in Singapore, dial 6, oh, okay, you get connected in, okay, okay, thank you for calling, all operators are busy, hold on. In every building, so I guess my bill will go lower or higher. I don't know, Naomi. I don't know how they integrate that with your. Yeah, that's good, Killjoy. It's an HMO. It's Kaiser, so they're paid the same daily whether they do. It's a salary position. Did they fire him? I don't know. That Santa Rosa boy finally got fired, huh? Yeah. What a wild day. But I think, in a way, I'm kind of glad that I can continue to do some work outside on the Rancho. I can cut the grass and do some more work on the watering system and have that all in place. That's going to be a good thing. Tom Petty Pass seem like they go in threes. Tom Petty, Prince, David Bowie all went in the same week. Wow. I don't know where Corkster's. We had a hell of a day in the markets today. We'll talk about that in a bit because it looks like the things that I've been really talking about have definitely come into pass now in a major, major way. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. You met him a couple times. Purple Rain. That's Naomi's boy there. That's her boy Prince. Party like it's 1999. Do 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 do. 200 party over. Do do do. Do 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 do. Can anybody just sense something in the air? I mean, be honest, besides the farts and all that. Can anybody, you get a feeling? I get a feeling that tonight's going to be a good night. Muzzle top. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Prince has a song called The Sacrifice of Victor. Toodles, I'm doing okay. I totally missed my surgery appointment on Monday. I thought it was tomorrow. Had everything all ready. People sent me stuff. What an embarrassment. Sorry. Wow, I sent you stuff and you just totally just... Sense of shit wins. I'm telling you today. I said that, like I was saying, we'll have to separate interest rates from tariffs, and boy, have interest rates separated themselves from tariffs the last 2 days. It has been astounding. It has been astounding. So, we just intraday went past the peak of April 4th, that terrible night where they were selling bonds like nobody's business. Next target is 5%. If we go beyond that, I'm looking at 7-8%. And you say, well, that could take a long... No, that could happen in a matter of a couple weeks. I was working a fire job by myself, stay there also. I heard that Patty had passed away. Yeah. No, there's no denial. It's just that, it just becomes Dr. Frankenstein. I'd love to get up and go, but it becomes an issue of too little too late. It's like you have a raging 25-unit condominium that catches on fire and your neighbor drags a 250-foot garden hose over. Let's go. Yeah, it's not his fault. I'm just saying, but I feel like we're just it's a checkmate situation that's here right now. Something I worried about, Dr. Frankenstein. The first thing I said a year ago is there will be a day when attention will go to interest rates because of the exponential character of the national debt being added to. And then all that tariff stuff came along, and I'm like, no, don't get sidetracked by, don't worry about it. Tariffs are like, keep your eye on the prize. Well, the prize just fully came out of it today, out of door number 3. I'm back. They had a lousy bond auction today, which is Jane Fraser, who's the chairwoman of Citibank. She even said there's some big fundamental shift going on right now. Something big. Like money's just moving away from, it's not moving towards the United States anymore. And that's a very, very unusual situation. How you doing, Lurker? What's going on? Soul gold. Yes, do I agree with Dr. Frankenstein? Of course I do. It's who sits in the wrong place at the wrong time. We could say the same thing about Herbert Hoover in 1928. He gets elected in November of 1928. March of 1929. Now, in those days, you had to wait 4 months to take office. 4 months. Hey, Alan. Can you imagine that? And the whole time waiting for Roosevelt to come in, they're tearing the banks apart because they don't know what Roosevelt's going to be. Inflation. You know, is the gold going to... And they just tore the banking system apart. So Congress, in its wisdom, said we can't have these long pauses between election and inauguration. It's going to be in the third week of January or whatever. But he comes in March of 1933, and he's given a rousing inaugural address. Excuse me, he's coming in March of 1929. And he's given this rousing, by Hoover standards, because he was very, like, wasn't a big mouth. But you know, we finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with poverty being eradicated, and a chicken in every pot. And here it is: April, May, June, July, August. It was what? 5 months, 6 months later, the bottom drops out. Now, was that Hoover's fault? Of course not. Did he have anything to do with the creation of the Great Depression? Of course not. But he's in the wrong place at the wrong time. So he becomes the whipping boy. So I tell you, Dr. Frankenstein, as I said before, everybody will get what they want out of this presidency. Those that love Trump have had their love fest. Those that can't stand Trump will have their love fest coming up. And once people start to really be affected in jobs and AI, interest rates, home building just comes to a complete screeching halt. Capital formation, people will start to get a little antsy at that point. They will get a little antsy. Yeah, Hoovervilles, a pocket turned inside out was called the Hoover flag. Because now the parabolic curve begins to eat you. Because there's a difference between rolling over debt at 4% and 5% and 6% and 7%. So all of a sudden, rolling over $35 trillion of debt at 8%. Let's say 1/3 of that gets rolled over, half of that, let's say 15 trillion. An additional one, you're talking about another, you're talking about $1.5 trillion of additional borrowing. So, how you doing, Alan? Everybody contributed to building the debt bubble, the debt. The Democrats contributed by programs and initiatives. The Republicans contributed by not raising taxes when times were good, so that you could spend deficit spending and then come back and get it clawed back when times were good. We never clawed it back. Well, it is a good time. Like I said, 3 weeks ago I told people I'm out now. Market went a little bit higher, and here we are now. I'm just saying, this is not a market to play with here, folks. If you think that interest rates are going to go down, then it's incumbent on you to come up with a reason why, because all I see is a case for rising interest rates here. Alan, I missed my surgery appointment. It was Monday. I'm very embarrassed to tell everybody here because people sent me stuff and well wishes and and then it's like, oh well, okay, it's not. So I have to reschedule that. I got to go in there on my knees and you can't get anybody on the phone. Boomers own real estate and spending huge gains. Real estate, up until we started to really explore deficit spending in the 1970s, real estate was never an investment. Why do you think that England had all of these landed estates that all these people just let fall into disrepair? Because the taxes just ate them alive. There was no money to put into repairs, upkeep, maintenance. Do you understand? A piece of real estate is a call on your future earnings that somebody like, God love him, Adam Gilligan, our friend down there that lives on the street, sleeps on the street in Phoenix, does not have that call on his money. Hey Donna, so if you ever want to really see who owns your real estate, try not paying your taxes. Number one, taxes. These people in California. If I bought my place for $189,000, my real estate taxes were fixed at 1% of the purchase price per year, $1,800, whatever. And the only way that goes up is if 1% a year or whatever, or people vote bonds. People vote bonds in libraries, schools. Now you see schools are closing, junior college. We did all of these bonds to expand the junior college in Sonoma State, and nobody wants to go there. My point is, but if you bought a place in the neighborhood in the last year, you paid $600,000. BlackRock only owns 3 or 4. Private equity only owns about 3 or 4% of houses in America. All right, I mean that's the real. Just Google it. Just ask Google. They're now going to pay. You have a $600,000 house. Your property tax is $6,000 a year. That's $500 a month. And you can't just tell them, well, I used less this month. Can you just lower it a little bit? In the 1930s, tens of thousands of homes. Hey, Corkster. Hundreds of thousands of homes in America were literally abandoned. because people couldn't pay the taxes on them. They couldn't pay the mortgages. You ever saw the movie It's a Wonderful Life where George Bailey and he's out there with the beautiful young Donna Reed, they're throwing rocks at the windows of the old spook house. Not gold. Not gold. Yeah, who cares, man? It's all alternative money there, Johnny. Trust and believe. I'm very comfortable with precious metals. I have no regrets, no sorrow, no nothing about that. So the Bitcoin's good. I don't understand the rational basis because it's very hard to use in commerce. It's not fungible. In other words, you have to figure out how to deal $109,000 or $108,000 coin. So you start to get into fractional issues. Well, we're not here to talk about that, have you, Margie? So it's good. I'm happy for you, Johnny. You've been banging the drum on that, and that's a good thing. And I'm happy that you're making money. Well, I know that you've looked into it more than me. But I'm a traditionalist. I look at what people looked at for 5,000 years of recorded human history. Okay? I'll leave it at that. When the going gets tough, the tough get going with gold. Me, brother, drum. But let me continue my story now. That was the 1930s. Nobody wanted real estate. Nobody was buying anything because it had a terrible cost associated with the cost of taxes, maintenance. And when people start to lose jobs, downsizing, it just reaches a point where home ownership is untenable. Untenable. Now, will we reach that point in America? Absolutely, positively, yes, we will. Absolutely, positively, yes, we will. Because tragically, the highest earning people, I'm not talking about board level people in a corporation, but I'm talking about upper level management, those jobs will slowly be disappearing. Those knowledge base jobs will be disappearing. I don't know about the gold in Fort Knox. Did we ever see Epstein Island list that was sitting on the Attorney General's desk? Shame on you. Teasing that. We are the most over-leveraged nation in history, to the point now where Uber has credit, eat now, pay later. Grocery stores are now, Costco's getting into the direct credit, buying groceries on credit. Stuff doesn't happen by accident. Stuff happens because there's demand for that. Okay? What does that mean? No, they don't talk anymore about the gold. No, they don't talk about the gold anymore. Now, the other thing too is, so I would say you're probably going to have your mind adjusted a little bit on real estate. It's not to say it's not going to be worthwhile, because let's face it, ultimately they're going to be inflating the currency, and real tangible things will have value. But there's a hell of a difference between where we are now and when the word comes down to do that. Okay, man, dust off the presses, hire back the folks, turn the lights on, get the power connected, let's go. Owning a home means not paying rent. That is exactly correct. But there's an implied cost of home ownership. Now, did rent get prohibitively expensive in this country? It did. And why was that? Because you had a tremendous amount of people that were borrowing homes or renting places to live that were using government vouchers, Section 8 housing, to the tune of $160 billion a year. Same thing with food prices. $150 billion a year the Department of Agriculture spends on food. Now, I was shocked to hear yesterday that the USDA, under the new Health and Human Services Department, has decided that soda will no longer be available on the SNAP card. You can't buy soda anymore. Real estate is where is that, Papa Travels? Rent is a deductible, mortgage is not, I believe. Now here the mortgage interest is deductible, the rental is not. Yeah, home ownership is not actually for most people, that's correct. Well, I'm just saying, doctor, who would have thought, because soda is like considered a luxury. Probably not the healthiest choice. Come on, I drink my diets. I drink my Coke Zero. But the SNAP benefits is now going to be removed of having sodas. Now it's gonna have a deal on them. They rent from a. I would never rent my place who say they have one of the best anyway. Well, that's the basic problem with cheap rental housing, is you don't really have any skin in the game. Because if you walk out of a place, you kick the walls in, you steal the copper, you trash the place, and grab a Sharpie and draw pentagrams on the wall and devils and just leave and laugh. Well, the person who put it in Section 8 has to repair it. And the person who destroyed it just turns to the government, I need another place to stay. What happened to that was just the landlord was a dick. It was uninhabitable. He blamed me for trashing the place. Just destroy it. Because there's no, at a certain level, yes, people will take care of it. California now said you can't inspect a rental property. But now we come to a point today where, interest rates just shot up. Just absolutely rocketed today. And they didn't rocket because of this tax bill, this bullshit. They rocketed because it was a very, very poor, hey May, it was a very poor auction today for government debt. Why? Because people are starting to pull back from buying. And on balance, they want to be sellers. Now, that's a very, very stiff headwind to fight when you have so much debt to roll over. Trillions of dollars a year have to be rolled over. Well, mortgage rates are rising because they piggyback on top of the 10-year note. So now we're comfortably we're 7% easy today on new mortgages. We're right now, right at that 4.6% level. If we break through and close decisively, we already broke through it, but if we close decisively above it, that signals that a retest of 5% is at hand. And if we go through 5%, then for as long as we've been consolidating for 2 years, and you take the initial move up and then you put that onto the consolidation area, that argues for 7 to 8% interest rates. And then you have 9-10% mortgages on top of it. Now, people could carry that in the 1970s and 80s. They did. But it was a much stronger economy then. Right? People were able to sustain that. Their purchasing power was more than it is today. Today it's depleted. How many people do you think can carry a 10% mortgage on a $1 million home? Not a lot. As Kelly said, they're burning the Canadian flag. A guarantee of wealth is owning a home. Boy Blue, we're going to be testing that theory severely. Testing that theory severely. We have a lot of people that have had the advantage of cash purchasing of homes. Now, when the markets start to really pulverize equity, which they will here, because even NVIDIA is coming out today and saying, Mr. President, your chip restrictions are actually killing us in the most important market that we need to be in, China. Now, why would he squawk and squeal so much? Because, he's looking ahead, and he sees light at the end of the tunnel, and he's starting to think that might not be anything but a train coming the other way. Very few people are going to have good occupants for rental unless it's a very high-priced property. Section 8 properties are notorious for being destroyed because what's the incentive of the renter? They bounce from one place to another. That's it. Well, what part of California is open? It just depends. They're taxing us out of our homes in what way? Because we do have Prop 13 here that has protected us from a lot of that stuff. Well, you're lucky, Lurker. You're in a definite extreme minority on that. Extreme minority. I know a person that had a house on Benedict Road in Jacksonville, a home on Little Miss Muffet Way in St. Petersburg. Both of them were trashed and destroyed. Section 8ers. There's no incentive to do that, but that's the majority of what people are being housed in now, the housing. That's why your cost of housing went up. That's why your food is expensive, because you're competing against people that are getting it for free. Fix anything right away. Well, you're in a good area too. I mean, if you're in Sonora, that's a nice little town. I'm not saying it's perfect, Alan. You've said before there's some low lifes that hang around. But on the average, where are you going to have better rental success? In Roseland, California, where I live, or in Sonora? I don't think it'll ever pass the Prop 13. I don't think people would stand for it. Not with the way people feel about Newsom in the state of California now, which I did a couple of times. Here, you can't go in it with any notice at all. You can't even check on your property and the state of it, or state of repair or disrepair. We've become so over leveraged when it comes time to see who can really afford to stay in the house that they're in. It'll be showtime. It'll be showtime. We've just about put the final nail in the coffin of retailers. Target came out today. Their pips are squeaking. Macy's is floundering around about 11. They're dead, but they're dead, but they don't know it yet. Airbnb. They just said Airbnb right now is a lot of people pulled back from travel. Yeah, look at insurance rates too. When you own a home, and we have climatological problems, fire, floods, tornadoes, hurricanes, My homeowner's insurance is tripled. I expect it'll triple again. Look at gas and electric prices. Look at the price of water. The greatest investment I can make is in housing. The boy guy didn't have it must be listening to music. What you're doing is like I do Dr. Frankenstein when I imitate the great Jeremy Irons, who stands at the window in the movie Margin Call after Mr. Sullivan tells him, well, sir, if the music stopped, then it would destroy all the capital of the firm. Mr. Sullivan, let me tell you why I earn the big bucks. I'm paid, Mr. Sullivan, to listen 3 months, 6 months, a year in the future, to listen. And right now, Mr. Sullivan, when you talk about music, I don't hear a thing. Now, they said housing couldn't get destroyed before. They said housing's always your best investment if you can hold on to it. That substandardly built house that I live in, and the two buildings on the property and all that land in 2005 went for $550,000. The woman never put a thin dime into it. Okay, the roof, there were like 2 lights in the whole house. Never put a dime in. Walked out laughing like a damn cat burglar with a grin on her face. That thing went, when that housing market crashed, that house went from 550,000 to 100 and where I got it, 189. A lot of people couldn't take the hit. A lot of people lost their homes. A lot of people destroyed their credit. And a lot of people swore off a house ever again. Do never imagine in a million years that owning a home is always a good bet. It's a good bet if you can afford to hold on to it. And that's a big if. That's a big if. Let's see what time it is. Yeah, 6 o'clock. I'll head back and just sit on the driveway till my friend comes. I have a plumbing issue, and I'm unable to turn the wrenches to get this done under the sink. So he's going to come. Same guy to help. I assisted him with putting the hot water heater into the church office over there. Owning a home was yeah, it just depends. I mean, if the time is right. Yeah, I have a lot of bench depth on my home. In other words, I can sustain a lot. I can sustain a lot of negative shit, but I can't sustain a society that goes unruly. I cannot sustain. I cannot sustain a society that just literally loses its mind. Now, this big, beautiful tax bill, whatever the hell it is, I don't know if this thing is going to pass or not. But I do know if it does pass, there's going to be $1 trillion of cuts to Medicaid and various programs. That in itself is a very, very deflationary thing. Yeah, that's nice in the mountains. Where you could have a huge garden. I could have a big garden in the background. It's a good property. I was very lucky. It certainly wasn't smart on mine. It was just the right place at the right time. But I never bought it with the idea of an investment. I bought it just as a place to live. And you know, even if it went down, even if it went back to 189, I wouldn't care. It wouldn't rattle my cage one bit. Been there, done that. But I'm saying, if you think that you can sustain housing on 7%, 8%, 9%, 10% mortgages, you got another thing coming. What's up, Daniel? How you doing? There's no way. Real estate is untenable at that interest rate. Undoable. Same thing that popped the bubble before. Will you downsize? I don't really feel like I need to downsize. I need to just lighten up with stuff I have inside. I bought several big plastic heater. Oh, nice, doctor. Yeah, that'll be good. Unit silver's doing good, Corky. It's just trending in that consolidation area, and the longer it trends in that area, the more dramatic the move is when it comes out of it. So, silver's that thing it can spend 90% of its time just going sideways, and boy, that 10% is just explosive. Just explosive. Once people get it in their bit that the dollar's on a downtrend and that interest rates are rising, that momentum will start to affect the bond market. And the Treasury will have a very difficult time auctioning off, filling its auctions with people to purchase the debt. At that point, it's game over. There's nothing except just cut all spending to zero, crash the economy, and just start over again. We get a huge black cat that just destroyed plants. Can you put some 7 powder or diachromaceous earth on the ground? In other words, I'm not so worried about housing as I am about society and society's ability to take a punch at this point in time. I don't know, Naomi. I got my friend coming. What about the South African visit for the White House? It's a sideshow. Because I know when that's going on, there's messages being sent in on an index card or something from the Treasury Secretary. Mr. President, they're going after the bond market again. April 4th. Burn that date into your memory. 4/4/25. 4/4. The number 4 in Chinese is the word for death. 4/4 double death. That's the date. They decided to pull the plug on funding the U.S. debt anymore. How you doing, Buttercup baby? Happy birthday, Gordon. 444 is my number. There you go. In the Chinese culture, nothing ever happens by accident. So once again, it's not the economics I fear so much as the social unrest that's sure to be coming, especially among young people that are, oh, you MFs, look at what you did to this world. So when people say, what does democracy look like? That's what democracy looks like. make sure I don't miss a text message or anything. Maybe then you'll finally get yours. Maybe. It's a good chance. I mean, when they start rioting at Starbucks, ooh. Buttercup, baby. I'm embarrassed to say my surgery was scheduled for Monday and I didn't. I have the wrong date. I thought it was tomorrow. I'm embarrassed about it, but that's the way it goes. So Friday I go in for my next allergy shot. I will walk over afterwards to the orthopedic department and I will throw myself on the mercy of them and say, face it, flounder, I effed up. Yeah, it's a scary thought, and I mean, you just hope that you're not right, but you just see glimmers of what people do when they're under duress, like raiding the capital of the United States, like raiding the capital in Lansing, Michigan, the state house in Lansing, Michigan. And it just gives you a little bit of a preview of coming attractions about what people are capable of doing. Columbia University, and because I remember so well back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, I remember Occupy Wall Street and all that stuff that went on in Seattle and on New York. I know the brutality that people are capable of. Student debt. I'm not worried children grow up. I'm not so much worried about the children. Economic disasters and equal opportunity protests, Blue Boy. And right now you sit on the edge of that. The summer of love. I was floating by on the sea of love. Look at how opportunistic people are now. There's break-ins of cars, smash and grab, just random. You just walk up to the subway platform and here's grandma with her shopping cart, and you just take your fist back and you just you punch her so hard she's brain damaged. You get on a subway train and you just drop your pants and you just start peeing right in the car in front of everybody. Yeah, the purge. Now, am I hopeful? I'm always hopeful. Am I realistic, though? Yes. Now, as far as I would say, if I had to make a guess, I would say the music probably changed a little bit in the president's direction right now. I would say, as they used to say, the Confederacy had its high water mark in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I think now we probably have reached the high water mark of the Trump presidency. And this is not a situation that like Herbert Hoover, we have a guy that'll just quietly sit there and, twiddle his thumbs or do crossword puzzles, count the days till he leaves office. How you doing, Joni? This is a guy that'll try some radical stuff. thinking the only thing that can save society is me. We just don't know. Nobody's up for radical, but radical's what you get. Radical's what you got in 1930, 31, 32. People are like, oh no. I tell people, dude, you don't know what kind of mass rallies in cities were held for communism. Oh no, you're full of shit. I show them pictures of New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, LA. Hundreds of thousands of people gathered with Soviet flags and sadly raped in broad day, surrounded by passengers. Luckily, that's still a rarity, thank God. But if you don't think that people devolve to a natural animal state, you got another thing coming. Civilizations always rise and then they fall. And when they fall, it's never a pretty sight. It's always a dog eat dog. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a reemergence of might makes right. Did you get your generator back, Joni? You look at the massive rallies in New York City, Philadelphia, Chicago. Massive. People were desperate. Okay, well, don't let that sheriff do a number on. Don't let him skull tap you. You stay right on top of him. You know, just tell him that's costs a lot of money, that generator, and I need to have it back. Yeah, that's it, Corkster. And that'll be all good for a while until it just becomes super violent. Then, you know, you could easily see a case for martial law. I saw the way people behaved in the George Floyd riots. I saw the way people behaved in the Occupy Wall Street. The Rosie remembers. The Rosie never forgets the vicious look on people's faces when they thought that they had the upper hand, even for a minute or two. That's it, Dr. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Never forget, burned into the memory. Drowning in a sea of love. They were LARPing. No, I'm in Santa Rosa, California. Yeah, thank you, doctor. I like to do the announcer. Paul Harvey News and Commentary, brought to you by True Value Hardware. In every neighborhood, you'll find the True Value man. Now, Paul Harvey News. Hello, Americans. Stand by for news. Our parish priest was talking about Monday. He was up there on the lectern giving a homily, and he's like, I look across the street, there's 4 or 5 people that are just losing their minds up on the hill, right? This little bank next to Carl's Jr. there. And he said, and look at it, we just put new trash cans in and they've tagged up the cans, and now we got markings on the concrete, and I'm just sitting out there thinking to myself, and right, you feel like standing up and saying, well, tell us what's going to make it better besides the power of prayer. Give me something that we can do. Well, this is when I lift up the phone and I call you. Fix. I mean, let's not be clueless about society. Let's not fool ourselves. I mean, you tell me what turns things around, and not one person ever has been able to come up with any plausible thought about what turns it around except by the sheer power of God's grace and miracle. That's it. It's certainly not going to come from fellow human beings. I guarantee you that. Shit hits a fan here. People like Bezos. You don't know how many of these rich people have already secured second passports. Anybody with half a brain has secured a second passport. It's of a very rich level. Hey, what's up, Christian? Yeah, debauchery happens. It's just so. Days like today, yeah, they worry me. They scare me a little bit. When you see the biggest, you think the stock market is big, the bond market just dwarfs that. And when you see people just throwing blocks of bonds on the fire, and it's just like, is this America? Now everybody's got the psychology now. I told you there'd be a point when the psychology shifted. It wouldn't be about tariffs. All of a sudden now it's like everybody gets laser focused on the debt bomb. And that's when things begin to take on a life of their own, because people that would never have thought about it before until they saw it in print now say, man, I never thought about that. Maybe we better trim the sails a little bit here. And foreign countries say, you know what, we're saturated. Yeah, I know, Catherine. I'm not scared per se, but I'm just saying, I've seen exactly what's unfolding. Exactly. People say, what transformed your big change 2 years ago? A vision that can never be shared with people. Never be shared. And never will be shared. Am I saying I'm a visionary or something? No. I'm just saying, something pretty real happened. So yeah, I still love the people. I love Catherine. I love the people in my life like crazy. But I can't just stick my head on a pole and say, yeah, the bond market is king. Absolutely king. Interest rates set everything. They are the cornerstone of the economy. When you have 0% interest rates, you can do anything. You can build up any crap you want. You can launch businesses with no cost of capital whatsoever. But when interest rates go up, and you go to the bank and say, I'm a man to hug and kiss, you know me, I'm a doyen of Atlantis society. And I'm well known in these parts, as you know. So I've come today with a proposition for your establishment, and it will be a good proposition for you. I should like to borrow probably on the order of about $1.5 million. I know it's a small sum. Your bank does not usually handle such tiny little amounts. But I will, of course, take it as a personal favor to me that you will be underwriting my venture. I've prepared the paperwork here. You need only rise up, print up the cashier's check, and I shall be on my way. And the banker's like, what are you going to open? I'm going to open a restaurant for pets. A pet restaurant. It's not just Bitcoin. You see things like the Canadian dollar. You see things like the Swiss franc. Right? There's so many people that own dollars around the world that it argues that it's a very painful process to now change that out and buy things like Bitcoin, buy things like gold, buy things like Swiss francs, because the Swiss franc size of the Swiss franc market is tiny. Everybody rolls into that, and it goes nuts. So then it's not even a question of this or that. It's anything but the U.S. dollar. Yeah, the International House of Kibbles. That's it, Crow. You better write that down. Now, I would suspect. Now, you may say, perhaps, Ms. Huggins, you will run into some type of legal entanglement with the IHOC. It may be considered close to infringing on the goodwill of the International House of Pancakes. Well, gracious. do they know who I am? Shall we pick up the phone and call corporate headquarters, and we can get the assurance right there in a verbal promise? They will leave me unscathed. The International House of Kibble. Boy, oh boy. So you say to yourself, anything but the U.S. dollar. You said it, bro. Yes. So that means real estate is good and all these kind of things. Real estate is only good to the extent that it's defendable economically and physically. Now, Joni Portwood has been a friend of mine for years. And I like Joni. We go way back to the RB community. 2019, 20, 2018, 19. So he's been around a long time. Joni Portwood bought herself a nice property, 20 minutes or so drive from her ancestral home, and commenced to try to fix up the property, and has been plagued by theft. People that if you get something nice, they want to kick the door in. They want to steal your stuff, your generators and that type of equipment. And you're thankful they didn't wreck your camper van and put big pentagrams on the side of it or whatever. It really is, what is it? It's an indefensible property in today's society. Because unless you're willing to be there full time and establish some type of perimeter or presence, then the property's worth nothing. Well, it doesn't matter Ruby red or not. I'm sure not many people even voted down there, man. It's like they probably think Ruby red is latest high THC content pot or something. That's what I mean by indefensible properties. It's like no matter what you do, you are subject to the law of your immediate area, whether it's the most terrible ghettos of Baltimore City, Oakland, which really doesn't have ghettos, but I'm saying you're hostage to that. Now you might say to yourself, well, I can fix up that house in downtown Baltimore. Right? Structurally, it's okay. Yeah, it doesn't have a roof on it, but they tell me the structure is good. Throw a roof on that baby, and I will start to rehab that place. And I can buy it for $1,500, $2,000. Well, number one, everybody's going to know that money suddenly came in, and number two, there's going to be a lot of eyes on you. And number three, you definitely will have your water heaters, copper pipes, electrical wire, a pile of drywall that you're going to be installing. It's going to be gone. It's an untenable housing situation. Now, what happens when untenable housing situations spread? It leaves just little enclaves of gated communities and things like that become the ultimate prizes. Hey, Michael, they become the ultimate prizes, the ultimate targets of people. This is what I mean. It's not just economics that can get you in housing. It's also that there's untenable properties. Yeah, they expect you to fail because you can't be there all the time, nor should you have to be. But there's a big difference between you coming in with money, your bankrolls up here, the people that don't have a bankroll. You are the bankroll. It's an untenable property. You cannot hold on to it. But the city will gladly, you've already signed over and purchased that you're paying all the back taxes on it. And that you'll pay the taxes going forward. Now you've become a cash cow for the city of Baltimore, which has some of the highest property tax rates in the nation. This is what I want people to think about real estate. Besides, everybody's always locked into investment and return on investment. There's no return on investment in untenable properties. Zero. None. And if you're watching and enjoying the content and you're not subscribed, please take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell for all notifications. Because I guarantee you, you're going to want to look at the road ahead. And not be one of these people going down the train tracks at night and the guy with the lantern's not there to warn you. And you just go plunging right off. Make sure you're on, let's go back and sit at the Rancho. We'll wait for my friend to come. Okay, that's my condo. Others can watch for you. When the economy turns south and contracts, the amount of untenable properties grows dramatically. Same thing when the economy gets better, the amount of untenable properties shrinks. Okay, the girl just rides by. She ain't looking at anything. When I moved into Baltimore, I got a CD. It's fine. We're back home. I've got somebody coming to help. I got a plumbing problem underneath the sink. I can't turn wrenches to do it myself. My hand's not strong enough, so I got my friends coming in. It's like some piece of housing cracked down there. I can't get I can't get I can't turn it. And I don't want to break it. So beware of strangers bearing gifts. Oh, you can get a home for $1, and how you go, and oh, well. All right, there's a real cost associated with that. You look at Oakland, that's marginally untenable right now in Oakland. It depends which areas. The higher you go, the more money there is. The higher you go in the hills. But if you're down in the International Boulevard, the Lowlands, Fruitvale, these districts, you have everybody's behind a 12-foot fence with a vicious dog in there. Drowning in a sea of love. This is what I mean. People have been too trained to think of society and civilization as never changing. But that's the biggest mistake people make in history, is assuming that civilizations endure. They only endure as long as people are willing to police themselves. Once that disappears, it's all over. There's no policing authority on planet Earth that can round up and corral a whole society of 300 million people, 350 million people. Oh, they tented the house. How about that? Termite boy. Yeah, Oakland's nice in the mountain, and there's some nice areas of Oakland. But the question is, are the untenable areas going to grow in size, or are they going to shrink? Well, common sense argues that they're going to grow in size as government cuts back, spending cuts back, and more people are left yo-yo. You're on your own. We're so used to this safety net. Boy, did they paint that building? Did they? I don't know. Look, that's freaky. Somebody painted something. You prepare by detachment. That's how you prepare. It's just there's such a disconnect between the oligarchy, the Jeff Bezos in the world, and I don't begrudge Jeff Bezos for understanding how to harness the power of the internet for retailing. It's great. I take advantage of it, but because of the power of the internet, an ungodly amount of wealth accrues to him. And at the same time, he's purchasing having built a $250 million yacht. And you just think to yourself, oh yeah, by the way, 5,000 children starve to death in the world today. But enjoy your trip. So I don't see, our taxes are out of whack on the high end. But we have to also recognize that the high end has legs and can exercise their second passports and move on. Does that mean Rosie O'Donnell gets the last laugh? I don't know. I have no idea. Everybody that could got out of Baltimore in the 1970s and 80s. That was it. All right, we'll sit here and just enjoy the yacht. Well, that's what I mean. It's like my overconsumption of luxury has a direct and proportional effect on somebody else that's struggling for basic needs. You're comfortable with piling, you had mentioned gold bond. Oh, was that who sent that to me? Melody, thank you. Melody, I have to confess something to you, honey. I just made a huge boo-boo. And I feel awful about it. I feel terrible. I my surgery appointment was actually Monday, and I discovered that about 3 o'clock this afternoon. I thought it was tomorrow, so Friday I go in for my next allergy shot. So I will have to throw myself on the mercy of the orthopedic department and ask to be rescheduled, but it won't be till fall. So I tell you what I'm going to do. You were very kind. You sent me that beautiful care package. I'm going to put that stuff aside. It's not going to go bad. I'm going to hold that for probably fall, September or something. I will have my surgery done if they're willing to reschedule me. So I owe you an apology. Yeah, I thought it was the 22nd, Lurker. There's so much crap going on around here, but I'm not going to blame that. I'm not going to blame it. I'm just saying it's on me. It's on me. So now the good news is the right hand is much less impacted than the left hand was. So it's more, do I need to get it done? I do need to get it done. Yeah, I think it'll be 3 months, Lurker, but it's okay. There's a penalty to be paid. And now, looking ahead, with 2 buildings down at the church in Vegas have to be moved out, all that stuff, it's better that I have it after that, like September, October, something like that. Melody's been super kind to me. Super nice. And I'm super appreciative. Let me just check the mail real quick over here. Oh, if you want to look on the bright side, guess who's going crabbing? He's scared. That's it. You had to bring the can. Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to give him. I'll just tell him I just apologize. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. So thank you, Melody. Your stuff will absolutely not go to waste. My friend's coming over in a while. He's going to help me. I've got a leak underneath the sink in the kitchen, and I can't turn the wrenches with my hands. So he'll be here in a while.
Okay, because I can help you with that stuff.
Yeah, but it's kind of precision work, the bends and things that have to be done. He's a friend of mine. He's going to help me out for nothing. What was I going to tell you? Oh, I thought my surgery was tomorrow. It was supposed to be Monday. So I totally fucked up.
Really? Did we get any mail?
I'm checking. I just got it right here.
I don't have the time. I have to work tomorrow. I have to go down.
Well, you have somebody who wants to see it tomorrow, so you're going to have to make the time.
This might be the card.
It is the card.
Yeah.
I told you. So you're going to have to make
Who
time
wants to see me
tomorrow.
tomorrow?
Yeah, hold on a minute. All right, drowning in a sea of love. All right, I am back. Just junk mail, junk mail. Yeah, we're just gonna wait till my friend comes to help with the. I can't do this plumbing work right now, and I need the sink working. So the upside, I might be able to do. Hey, Shimei, how you doing? I might be able to do some crabbing next week. Tuesday, I'm looking forward to the baseball games coming up. The River Cat. So that's going to be a really nice change of pace to get the hell out of town for a bit and ease up the brain a little bit. So for those of you who just got here, I made a mistake. I thought the surgery was tomorrow. It turns out the surgery was supposed to be on Monday. So whose fault is that? My fault. What does democracy look like? This is what democracy looks like. Eat fruit. Oh, Kelly. I'm going to throw this in the can. Back my van up a little bit so my friend has room to get in. Yeah, I haven't had crab for a while. It's funny, in November, December, January, February was crazy, but then so much other crap started coming down. Just became like a no-go. Been a while. It's Jen, your old mom. Hey Jen, how you doing? What does that say? Down, dim, popping sense about. Thank you, honey. It's nice to see you. How's everything going? I didn't freeze any crab. I never quite had that abundance. Good to see you, Jen. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that everything is going okay for you. Costco has king crab for $65 a pound. Hey, Cobra John. Foreign investors are problem. Well, we need foreigners to buy our debt. Yeah, we might as well take advantage of the crab season and get it while we can. Are you ever going to get enough to freeze? Because if I get two, I eat two. That's it. So. It's nice to see you, Jen. Crab out of Newport, or really good crabbing places there. A lot of people crab off the bridges. A lot of people crab. There's quite a few. Sixth Street Bridge. So we still have 4, 5, 6 weeks of the season left. So we might as well make some hay while the sun shines. We're going to finish these this weekend. I'm going to finish the water project. Bird is good at catching crabs. It's very hard because it's all luck. You just don't never know if you're going to get one or none. I mean, I've been skunked before several times. It's very hit or miss. Very hit or miss. Let me make sure my friend didn't text me. All right, he's probably be here about 6:30 or so we got time. So my friend's coming over to help. I got a leak under the sink, and I can't get these wrenches turned myself. So He's been my friend since I moved here in 2011. He was, I assisted him when we were putting the hot water into the church office. Very nice guy. These Safeway has some good stuff. I'm older and bitchier, but I guess I can't complain. Well, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Jen. I'm glad. I'm assuming health-wise. And then Bobby's doing okay. We saw Bobby Sunday, not just Sunday, but the Sunday before. I reminded him about the baseball game on Tuesday. I've been replacing with Pex. Yeah, Pex is good. I did everything with PEX in the house here, except in the Shine Shack I have copper. There's no way I can hold up a wrench under there today and get that. My friend used to die for Avalon doing that, and we got tired of it. Yeah, it's amazing too. Yeah, he just went through chemotherapy with something showed up in his bladder, so hopefully that'll get. He went through chemo and radiation, so he survived that. Yeah, just say you ate plumbing. No, I don't mind doing it. It's just I can't I can't hold that wrench. I can't get a grip with my right hand. It was easy when I'm swinging a socket set and doing chap cons for putting the trash cans in. Or getting, yeah, and then all that. But this is a totally different story. Yeah, he's a good guy. I don't like to do plumbing work, but I do it. I much prefer electrical work. It's just clean. It's so logical. There's not, all these twisties and bendies and 45 elbows and all this craziness. When I crab fish just recreated, they were pretty easy to catch. A dozen of them. Where was that, Victor? Up in Newport? Yeah. Normally I do it myself, but I can't manipulate and hold this wrench up and do this. This is not an easy system. You got the dishwasher, the garbage disposal, and two sinks, two side-by-side sinks all going to a common drain. And it's like the one of the housings cracked a little bit. Okay. Well, if I went out, I do have traps, but I don't have a boat. It's too, I thought maybe next year I would get like just a canoe or something and just put some of these hoop traps down, leave them down for, 2 or 3 hours, pull them up, 3 of them, and you probably might be able to get a limit on them. Blue crab was quite easy there. It depends if it's the right spot or not. I blue crabbed in Chesapeake Bay growing up. We'd get a trash can full sometimes, and then you wouldn't get any. Other times you wouldn't get anything. The crabs have to be there for you to catch them. And if they ain't kicking, they ain't cooking. Fort Point Pier. Canoes are made to go way out. Yeah, you just want to see a great white shark just eviscerate me out there. I did a lot of canoeing for probably a decade. Class 3 rapids in Petersburg, West Virginia, and up in Maine. Wild water canoeing. Even a little blow up or a little styrene. You're just in Bodega Bay. You're not going out in the ocean. It's got to be in. That's exactly right, Victor. It's like gold. It's got to be in the ground. Yeah, shark attack. Executive chef. Well, you guys seen? I enjoy banana. I enjoy the. I enjoy doing them up with the garlic and the man butter. It's gonna be a nice reward for just this screwed up spring. I kayaked 4 kilometers and Lake and 10-foot roll. It was nuts. Yeah, I've been in some heavy class 3 rapids in Petersburg, West Virginia, wild water canoe races. Ended up wrapping the it was like March, ended up turning over the canoe, and my friend and I had to portage, literally carry this 18-foot Grumman canoe like 2 miles back, and it started snowing. It was like some kind of death thing. But you need to have something. It's either got to be wide so you have a good center of gravity. I like Italian, so delicious with sourdough bread. Any kind of crab is good. Any kind of. I'm gonna guess I might get the. I don't know if I get the Costco card or not. I don't know. I'm trying to work down all the stuff, eat that. If I empty out the freezer, I'll get a Costco card. Why would you go in rapids in a canoe? Well, there's wild water canoe races. It's tests of skill. You have to be able to read the rapids and go down and have the front end plunge under and come up and know what to do if you flip over. I went rubber rafting on the Youghiogheny River. That was, look down. There's my friends underneath of the raft, right? Okay, well, you can come up. We can't. You want something with a little width to it for stability. Kayaks are, get the card, best crab and meats. You do with the 80s dudes kayaking down the lower Niagara River. Yeah, it's just I've been on the Ohio Powell River. It's the Youghiogheny River there. Man, that should flip you out of the back of the raft. So canoeing whitewater rapids was a piece of cake. Sometimes you flip over your canoe, though, and that's it. I've been flipped plenty of times. I didn't like flipping in March in West Virginia with the temperature plunging and the wind howling and soaking wet walking this canoe. It's snowing. So even just a little John boat or something is fine. You just have to make sure you can lift up the weight on the side without flipping. But the water's not that deep in the bay anyway. It probably just touched the bottom. It's probably like 8 feet. 6 dolphins following a boat. Did you harpoon them or anything? Angus kisses. My friend is a plumber, and man, he has the neatest truck. I mean, this guy's like, everything is like precisely where it should. No dirty truck, no. So on the plus side, we can do some stuff. Most of the work is ready to go on the Rancho now. It seems like the water system's working pretty good. There's a few other changes that need to be made. Oh, okay, Angus, 'cause that's cool. I was just joking. I know dolphins are more intelligent than a lot of people these days. I've been up since 6 a.m. This is not gone, girl. I get up 5:30 sometimes. If you want to feel like your days are very long, get up early in the morning and then go to bed at midnight, 1 o'clock. All right, take care, boy blue. Take care. Yes, I sent him a picture. He said piece of cake. I think actually once I got the cabinets in, and you can see the video way back in 2000, I don't know, 13. I think he came and did the first hookup. The simple plumbing I do myself, single valve, mixer valves for showers, bathrooms. But when you get a lot of dishwashers, double sink, and garbage disposal, there's a lot going on under there. Let's see. Well, I'm going to try magnesium glycinate. Apparently, it helps with sleep and stress. Are you stressed, Kelly? Are you stressed financially? Are you stressed about your Maple Leaves? Your Toronto Argonauts? Oh, okay. uh, all right, well, that's pretty straightforward. Hey, Steve, how you doing? What are you going to say back to that? What's going on? We're just chilling in the van. I'm waiting for my friend to come to do this plumbing job. Do you read, Kelly? I don't mean in the sense, do you know how to read? I mean, you ever read like a Kindle or a book? There you go, Corkster's like, we don't need no stinking, we don't need no stinking alarm. Sometimes reading before bed will do that. Sometimes also I'll put on some music at nighttime and have that on and just put it on loop play. And that's nice, like just something real mellow. Let's see, fixed up a fishing boat and I took it out and then I went big and very scary, but I passed the test. Got a few of them on Chesapeake Bay. Our 4th of July weekend, we're down on just off Sparrows Point, which used to be the home of Bethlehem Steel at that time. The Sparrows Point was the biggest steel works in the United States, and had one of these big afternoon thunder squalls come in, and wow, visibility dropped to 0, and we were at anchor, and my old man like, you got to go pull the anchor up. And I'm looking around at my older brothers like, are their hands broken or? Get out there and pull the. I'm out there, the front of the boat's going under the waves, lightning's crackling all around, and I'm just looking back at that pilot house, and I'm looking out again, lightning, and I turn around and look back, just so you have that image burned into your conscience when I get electrified out here. Casino, some at least I have 1.5. Oh, that's good. Yeah, this was Bethlehem Steel was huge in Baltimore with the Sparrows Point Mill and then the Fairfield shipyards. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street, coming do 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 do. What kind of vitamin D do you? D3. I take a 500 milligram magnesium, a D3, and I take one lisinopril, very low dose, just for. I don't have any blood pressure issues, but whenever allergy season comes, like last year, it's like doctors, oh, your blood pressure's a little on the high side. Yeah, because I'm taking 4 allergy pills a day. You're only supposed to take one a day. I said, look, man, I'd probably rather just die than go through this stuff. So my blood pressure was like a little bit. So yeah, it's like a little Joe. It's a D3. Man, I had a bad one last night. I found out the Zyrtec compound works real good for me. Now it just steals from them, I know. But it's not so easy to just tariff something to bring it back like steel works. There's a lot of people that don't want steel mills built around them. They're bitching down in Texas now because Tesla has some gigantic, I don't know what the hell it is, AI data center, and people are complaining about the pollution, or so I don't know what the hell is going on. This is a very litigious society. 500 magnesium is nothing. They get 800 milligrams. All that. 500 milligram is nothing. Simba was good this morning. We gave him the anti-inflammatory, the gabapentin. So he's due for his gabapentin, his antibiotic. I have to keep my head on straight. I've been in a whirl. A baseball game is going to be a great change of pace next Tuesday. Yeah, you don't absorb it all. It's Kelly, I had horrific leg cramps in 2014-15, to the extent I would be walking a dog and I would drop to my ground with a cramp in the left and the right calf. You want to talk about painful. You're just down on the ground and people are looking at you like, oh shit, that's all we need is another bum in the neighborhood, right? Look at this dick. I came home, I researched leg cramps, and I saw a video by Dr. Napoli, Napoli. And it was informative, but it scared me. Because Dr. Napoli said a couple things. Number one, 90% of Americans are totally deficient in magnesium. Number two, magnesium is critical to the electrical system of the nerves and the muscles. All that. Number three, many people die each year of sudden heart attacks. And according to Dr. Napoli, all a heart attack is an uncontrolled cramping of the heart muscle. And he said probably a lot of these heart attacks could be explained by a lack of magnesium in the diet. Ooh, okay, the hair's standing on end, right? I go to the CVS or Walgreens. I buy 500 milligram. I think I was taking 800 milligram. I pop one of those bad boys, and I have not been troubled with leg cramps since then. That's 10 years. 10 years. You absolutely positively have to take magnesium. If you've ever gotten in the middle of the night and you have a Charlie horse or in your back of your leg and it feels like it's just not going to stop cramping until it just rips off of the bone, yeah, you got a problem. You got a problem. So please watch the video. Maybe Shimei or Ronnie could find a video by Dr. Napoli explaining magnesium deficiency. It's worth checking out. So some supplements do have a lot of value to them. I see my friend texted me. It might be like any minute or maybe 7 o'clock, but well, we're hanging out. Cured it. I did. Yeah, isn't that amazing? How you doing, Judy? Yeah. What is a heart attack? It's an uncontrolled cramping of the heart muscle. Well, what causes cramping? A lack of magnesium. Your cookware. So it's impossible really to, if you overdose on magnesium, you just, you get diarrhea or something. It's not gonna whack you out. So I take a magnesium pill every single day without fail. And I know if I went 3 or 4 days without it, the cramps would return. Absolutely returned. Big, beautiful bill. We talked about that earlier. Don't get it confused, though. Keep your eye on the prize. It's rising interest rates, not tariffs, not some bullshit big, beautiful bill. Today they had a 10-year note auction and nobody came. Where's the party? Did Mr. China used to come? Where in the hell is he today? He was the life of the party. Where's Mr. Japan? How you go? So just a set of mag wheels. Yeah, there you go, Cobra John. Yeah, it's 30 years, not as critical as the 10-year. Everything is built on a 10-year. And today, when that auction results came out, there was no stopping the selling. And it reached the level it did on April 4th, when it was overnight, and Trump came out the next day and said it's a good time to buy. $5% will be the next level to keep an eye on. Once it broaches 5 on the 10-year, then it's signaling much higher interest rates ahead. The trend is confirmed. Yeah, Dr. Napoli on YouTube. I hope the video's still there. Talks about leg cramps, magnesium and leg cramps. Just put leg cramps, Dr. Napoli, it'll come up. Drowning in a sea of love. Yeah, don't throw your money away. I just see what's happened to retailing in the last 20 years, and I look at Macy's and I just count the days. Ooh. Almost hit the ice cream guy. Yeah, it's good stuff, Cobra John. And even the 90-day stuff is beautiful. I just tell people roll the 90-day stuff. And when they talk about tell Jerome Powell to lower interest rates, are you out of your mind? The market's raising them for him. No, it's not my friend. It's like Trump just doesn't understand the way that interest rate markets work. That the Fed follows interest rates; it doesn't lead them. You can't cut interest rates unless the 30 and 90-day T-bill rates are well below what the next rate cut level would be. Well below the current rate. So they're beholden to interest rates. They don't dictate interest rates. Don't you think Powell would have cut interest rates to get President Trump off of his back? Of course he would. I say start with magnesium because 90% of Americans are deficient in it. Hey, Randy. Magnesium is more related to muscles, whereas potassium sodium is more related to electrical conductance and messaging. Hey, Panjay, I don't eat bananas. I probably haven't had a banana in 8 months. Drowning in a sea of love. It's not good when people start staying away from your auction house. Never a good sign. It means you have to give better deals to get people to come. Yeah, make sure you hit the like button. Yeah, it's fine, doctor. I'm not a doctor. Hey, Mr. Palad. No, I'm parked outside of my house. I'm waiting for my plumber friend to come. Oh man, manager and his coworker girlfriend keep fighting. Oh jeez, it's never good to have a romantic thing going on in the office or in work. I saw these guys in Hong Kong try to pull it off, and it just ended up being reprimanded. And these are guys making 200,000 a year back in the mid '90s. Uh, Inter-office romances never work. Oh well, once you start calling CPS on people, well, I guess I'll close it down, guys. I'm gonna go get the cat his medications for tonight, and I could do a few things here. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out the stream. Depending when I'm done, I might start a second stream this evening. It just depends. But if you've not hit the thumbs up button, please take a minute to do so. It really helps. Just to double tap the screen. Thank you, Callie, Mo, Crow, everybody. Thank you to my moderators for being here every day and doing what you do. It's very appreciated. So make sure you like up the stream. And I will see you guys. I might see you guys in a while. It just depends how long it takes to knock off this job. Because I might want to have something to eat out on the back deck. Okay, everybody. Thank you.